What's cooking, everybody? It's Door and this is part 2 of the Blighted Expedition in No Man's Sky. In this video I will of course be taking you through all the milestones you'll need to complete in order to fully complete phase 2. And of course give you some tips and tricks while doing so. We'll also have a look at the rewards that phase 2 will bring. And so without any further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I would recommend on doing is to go to the Expeditions tab and select the A Freighter Blighted milestone. Make sure to create a scan and a freighter distress signal should be detected on your HUD. Get into your starship and fly there. Make sure to land your starship at the approximate location. Get out of your starship and open up the target sweep function on the analysis visor. Make sure to head into the right direction. Make sure to check back regularly to see if you're still going into the right direction. Once you get close enough, the target sweep function will finalize on the exact location, but it should be pretty obvious to be honestly. Make sure to head up into the crash freighter and interact with the beacon right here. So after establishing some contact, you will be tasked with opening up one of the cargo pods of the freighter. So make sure to open up your analysis visor and tag one. Use the terrain manipulator to dig yourself a route towards the cargo pod. And then interact with it. You'll need to fix the damage component using materials, so do so. After doing so, you will be rewarded with the pirate map fragment 2 out of 3. And of course, the A Freighter Blighted milestone will be completed. And claiming this milestone will reward you with the Nautilus basic equipment blueprints, the Supreme Submarine Drive upgrade, 5 hydrothermal fuel cells, and the high power sonar plans. So next up, I would select the Reach the Rendezvous 2 milestone. Get into your starship and take off. When in space, make sure to open up the galaxy map. The expedition route should be plotted. Should be a total of 3 jumps, the first jump being into the Kushki 13 system. Of course, make sure to visit the space station in every system you visit and get out of your starship to be able to revisit it using a teleporter. But also of course to be able to expand your exosuit's inventory slot. And make sure to interact with it again to be able to apply the exosuit expansion unit which we had received in the previous phase. And if you'd like, you could also expand your starship's slots with the storage augmentation that we have received earlier. Of course, make sure to summon the anomaly and go all the way to the back to also upgrade your exosuit inventory right there. So once you're done, head back into space and open up the galaxy map. Make sure to follow the route and make the next jump into the Chicana system. Of course, once again, go towards your starship and the anomaly to expand your exosuit inventory before continuing further. And once you've done so, make sure to head into the target system of the second rendezvous, the Zutnoyer X system. Of course, make sure to visit the space station to be able to revisit it and to unlock another exosuit inventory slot and do the same for the anomaly before continuing to the mark on your HUD. And while you're at the anomaly, also make sure to stop by Iteration Hyperion. Here you'll want to unlock the Emerald Drive for 120 nanites. As well as the teleport receiver, as you'll need to unlock this in order to be able to unlock the conflict scanner, also for 150 nanites. Once you've done so, of course, fly towards the mark on your HUD for the second rendezvous. Make sure to land your starship at the approximate location, and to use your target sweep to home in on the exact location. Once you get close by, the Rendezvous 2 milestone will be completed. And claiming this will reward you with 2000 gold, an exosuit expansion unit, and a standing increase with the Viking. These are the coordinates should you want to fly there in one go. Of course, you can still interact with the grave as well. So next up, I would select the Coveted Sons milestone from the Expedition tab. This will require you to collect 16 Gravitino balls, for which you will need a planet with aggressive sentinels. The Lead Forest planet is such a planet, so make sure to head back towards your starship, get into it, and take off. Locate the bubbling planet Lead Forest and make sure to go there. Make sure to land on the planet, and you might want to create a manual save right here. Don't forget to pick up the save beacon and then look around for these balls. These will start to glow and you can pick them up as these are Gravitino balls. Be wary though that sentinels will attack you as soon as you do so. If If you don't want to fight them, just make sure to run away as fast as possible. And of course, if you come across more of these balls, make sure to pick these up as well. But do be wary that you will be detected right away. Make sure to keep on moving while doing so. So once you have collected the 16th ball and your wanted level will disappear, the coveted sons milestone will be completed. And claiming this milestone will reward you with the scatter blaster plans, a multi-tool expansion slot and 2 banned scatter blaster upgrades. So what I would advise to do now is to install the scatter blaster. You'll need some wiring loom and some pugnium to do so, and of course then to add the scatter blaster upgrades around it for an adjacency bonus as soon as you install it. Now, since this is an aggressive sentinel planet, sentinels will keep on continue attacking you. Make sure to kill some in order to retrieve some pugnium. Once you have 200 pugnium, you can of course escape the sentinel forces. Head back towards your starship, take off and fly towards the space station. Once you're there, make sure to install the emerald drive onto your starship, which will take 250 cadmium and a wiring loom. And of course purchase the wiring loom for the scatter blaster as well. So walk up to the Galactic Trade Terminal and buy some wiring loom. If you're having any trouble with money, you can always sell off the gold which you'll receive for reaching the rendezvous points. Of course, make sure to use the wiring loom to install the emerald drive and of course to install the scatter blaster on your multi-tool. Get back into your starship and fly out of the space station. So in order to recognize a pirate system which we'll need to visit for the Lawless Sky, you'll need to install the conflict scanner upon your starship. This will require a walker brain, however. Walker brain can be retrieved from defeating a sentinel walker, which will attack you when you reach a 5-star wanted level. Of course, the just installed scatter blaster is handy to combat sentinels, but it will be a hard fight at this point as you don't have many protections yet. So you could try to get some more and then fly towards planet with aggressive sentinels for instance, and then battle sentinels until you receive a walker brain. If you don't feel like doing that, however, you can just open up the galaxy map from the Zenoyer system, enter free look, and then you'll want to look for the Umanta system, which should be right below the Shikana system. Select it and warp there. The Lawless Sky milestone should be completed. And claiming this milestone will reward you with emergency warp unit plans, 4 microprocessors and 5 repair kits. So as mentioned, this is of course a pirate system, so the space station should be a lot different than what you're used to. Make sure to get out of your ship to be able to warp there using a teleporter. I do believe, however, that you can only warp from a pirate system towards another pirate system. Which seems to be the case indeed. Either way, when you visit another pirate system, you should be able to warp back here. Make sure though, however, once again, to visit this stand right here to be able to expand your exosuit's inventory slot. And you can of course also summon the anomaly right here in order to expand another slot right there. So once you've done so and you're back in space, I would recommend to go into the phase 3 and select the rendezvous 3 milestone. Open up the galaxy map and try to spot a green star, like this one, along the route of the 3rd rendezvous point. Of course, depending on your warp distance, you could select one that's even closer towards your next stop. Make sure to select the green system, in my case the Aigana Memo system, and to warp there. If it has a space station, make sure to visit it. But of course, the Emerald Dreams milestone will be completed now. And collecting this milestone will reward you with 500 nanites, 2 storage augmentations, a banned hyperdrive upgrade. And of course, this will complete the entire second phase of this expedition. And claiming that milestone will reward you with the Dread Captain Fang poster plans, an Outlaw poster plans, and the Rasper 13 poster plans. As I said, if the system has a space station, make sure to visit it. Otherwise, I would visit the planet and make a save right there. And then we'll pick it up from there in the next video. I will now switch to another save though to quickly showcase you the posters we've just received. So this is what the 3 posters look like. They're pretty nice if you ask me, but for an expedition I do think it's a bit of a tiny reward, so to say. But other than that was all for the second phase of the expedition. Of course, make sure to like and subscribe to be informed on when the 3rd phase will be up on my channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope it was any good of you, and I hope to see you in the next one.